Okay, now a new play that we're going to install is called a kick play, and super simple play, physical play for it's a design run for the QB. So we probably will only do this from a closed or when the receiver is aligned as a tight end. So we won't do it to the split side, but we would do it to a tight end side. So this example is on close, and we're talking kick green. Okay, so the defense is a 30 split, and I start with this defense on purpose because it shows the one kind of exception to a rule. Okay, for so offensive line, we block kick like we block trip. Okay, like we block our base offensive play. So the guard, we're looking for covered, uncovered. And the guard is covered. 3 technique is the deuce call. 2 technique is the ace call. 1 technique or shade in the center. Center makes the ace call. Guard's uncovered with center is covered head up. Center makes a back call. We know all that. Okay. Here's the one exception. If there's a 4-eye, okay, so if there's a guy lined up in the B gap, okay, shading a tackle and trip, we would read this guy. We wouldn't block this guy. This will be a back call, and we'd outside release him and read him. And kick, this is still a deuce call. Okay, so basically, if there's a B gap defender, so whether he's on the tackle or outside shaded a guard, it's still a deuce call, and we block it like deuce. So right here, the tackle would make a deuce call. Tackle makes the call. Okay, he has a 4-eye. He makes the deuce call, so he's gonna block his outside half. Okay, the guard now is the second person on the double team. He's gonna block his inside half, and we're gonna vertically remove that guy to the echo of the whistle. Okay, so it's deuce. Everybody else on deuce scoops as normal. So center would get to the hip of the guard, unless you got an ice cream call. Guard would get to the hip of the center. Tackle would get to the hip of the guard. Okay, we're all scooping backside. If nobody's on the first level, we work up to the second level looking for the backer. Okay, so that's the offensive line. It's that simple. You know how to run kick because you know how to run trip. Okay, our trip play. The only exception is a 4-eye is a deuce call. Okay, not just a 3 technique. So anybody in the B gap to the play side will constitute a deuce call. If it's a 4-eye, the call starts with the tackle. He'll make it. Okay, so now that we got that, let's go backside receiver. It's a run away, so we always cut off the near safety to you. Okay. All right. The play side receiver has blocked down. Okay, he blocks down on any C gap defender. So he has the C gap right here. Okay, so he blocks down on the C gap. Okay, if nobody's there, then it turns into a low on the backer. So right here, we don't have a C gap defender. This guy's actually in the B gap. He's a 4-eye receiver. If you're paying attention, if you hear a deuce call, just understand that guy's not in the C gap. Okay, so if he's not in the C gap, you secure the C gap, work to the backer. Okay, so the play side receiver is blocking down. Okay, blocking down on the C gap. If nobody's in the C gap, you work to the next level, looking to pin the backer. Okay, simple, super simple rule. Okay, the play side slot is going to use his load rules. Okay, he's going to use his load rules. So he's going to try to work vertically. Play side slot is going to try to work vertically. And if the backer is there, you got him. Okay, but if the backer is blocked or he doesn't show up, you're working now to the next level. You got the safety. Okay, and near safety. Okay, so we got 2 guys. So just depending on the front, sometimes the receiver might end up on the backer and the slot sorts it out and will end up on the safety. But if there's a C gap defender, I'll show it in some other looks. The receiver will have to block the C gap, and then that puts the slot on the backer. So the slot You know how to block load. You're working backer to safety. If the backer's block, work to the safety. If the blocker plays inside, work to the safety. Okay. So the T. Now the T is going to work towards the inside hip of the tackle, and he's going to kick out the first man outside of the receiver. Okay. Typically it's number 2. But that's not a hard and fast rule. Sometimes 2 is stacked. So you'll kick out the end man on the line of scrimmage. Kick out the first thing that shows up outside of the receiver. Okay, we want to make sure we're aiming for that tackle so that we get inside leverage. And this T wants to take his outside arm, outside leg, work through the middle of the end man on the line of scrimmage. Okay, the backside slot now. Backside slot. It's going to go on the ready. So we anticipate the ready. He'll start his motion. He goes to the heel of the T, and then he's downhill. And he's trying to go inside to daylight of the T, and he'll block the first man and show up. So it could be the backer. It could be the safety. If nobody's inside, then look out, turn out on that corner. Okay, so he's downhill, looking inside out. So if anybody missed their block on that backer, the backside slot has it. But if there's nobody there, then turn out because the corner likes to fold back in. Okay, so that's the backside slot going on ready. So for the backside slot, it's a lot like the same angle you use when you're in pass protection, except it's a run and it's an isolation block. Okay. And you're going inside of the T. So start that motion on the ready, anticipate the ready. 4 steps heel to the aim for the back of the heels of the T, and then we're downhill inside out. Okay. Quarterback is going to use what we call a drop step. So he's going to drop with his left foot, then his right foot, and then he's going to work down the line of scrimmage, aiming for outside the hug, the down block of the receiver. Okay, and then we want to get vertical on the kick out of the end man on the line of scrimmage. Okay, if that end man on the line of scrimmage folded inside, okay, then naturally jump outside. But the play is designed to hit inside. We're trying to kick everything out. Okay, and the defense typically flows out because of options. So we're trying to pin these guys, let these guys flow outside, but we're hitting inside. So that's the kick play against a 30 split. So let's look at it against a 40 front, some different look. Okay, let's look. Still looking at the kick play. I'm going green. Now I got it against a 30 Mike. Okay, and I lied. I forgot. There's another exception to the rule for the offensive line. So the offensive line, in general, is blocked like trip. But we said on the last look, we said if there's a 4-eye, we'll deuce call that and double team it. Okay, so we'll double team any B gap player, not just a three technique. But if he's sitting in the gap where he's shading inside of the tackle, we'll make a deuce call. Okay, here's the other exception to the rule on a back call. On a back call, we're going to inside release the back call. Okay. We're going to inside release. So the tackle has the B gap. The tackle has the B gap. Okay. So if that DN, the situation, the DN's head up, the DN slants inside the tackle, it just really becomes a cross your face rule. Okay. But if the tackle, if you don't have a B gap defender, you work up to the next level to the backer. Okay. So we said the receiver has to block down on the C gap. So receiver will block down. If you got a guy head up on the tackle, we don't know which way this guy's going to work. Okay. So the tackle would have the B gap. The receiver always has the C gap. And whichever way this guy slants will be who ends up blocking him. Receiver has to block down. If that guy slanted away, the receiver would then work up to the backer. Okay. But we rather secure the first level first. Rather secure this first level first. Okay, that's most important. Securing This guy right here, securing number 1. Okay, so tackle on a back call and kick. Players kick green. If you hear a back call, you don't outside release because it's not trip. The receiver is going to block down on that guy. So you don't want to outside release. You want to try to work inside, protect the B gap. If nobody's in B gap, work to the backer. Okay, so our slot still has this rule. He blocks low. He works up, and in this look, he's probably going to be on that backer since the receiver had to block down on the C gap. Okay, the T, we said work towards the tackle and then kick out the first man outside the receiver. Okay, we said the backside slot has to go on the ready motion, go towards the heels, sprint towards the heels of the T, and then work downhill, looking inside first. If the backer's blocked, then look outside to the corner, folding back in. Okay. We said quarterback has a drop step, left, right. Step with his left foot, then his right foot, and then he works outside the down block of the receiver, looking to get vertical inside of the kick out block. Okay, we got a 40 mic look, but we just follow our rules. O-line blocks like trip for the most part. Got 2 exceptions, so nobody's inside shaded the tackle, so the call goes to the guard. We're talking kick green. The guard has a 3 technique, so it's a deuce call, double team by the tackle and guard. Everybody else, center, backside guard, backside tackle has a scoop. Okay, so that's the O-line, backside receiver. It's cutting off the backside. Okay, we said the play side receiver is going to block down on the C gap. Okay, play side receiver block down on the C gap. If there's nobody on the C gap, you work to the next level looking for the backer. Okay, you work to the backer looking inside. We said the play side slot has to work load rules. Play side slot works load rules, so he's going to end up on, in this look, he's going to end up on number 2. Okay, the guy stacked over 1. Okay, we said the T work towards the tackle and then work through the inside of first man outside of the receiver, and we're going to kick that guy out. Okay, we said the backside slot is going to use ready motion, leave on the ready, and then he's going to work to the heels of the T. Okay, then work downhill, looking inside. Work downhill, looking inside. If nobody's there, look outside. Okay. And we said the QB is going to take a drop step. Okay, work towards the down block, outside the down block of the Z or of the receiver, looking to cut it up inside of the T. If the T couldn't kick that guy out, he would pin him in, and the quarterback would naturally jump outside. That also applies to backside slot. Backside slot is you're working heels of the T, you're working downhill. If the hole is closed and the T cannot kick out, you naturally just bounce outside. And again, you look head up to outside. Head up to outside. Okay, so sometimes it can get tight in there. It's all about this kick out on number 1 or the first man outside the receiver. But if that guy squeezes really hard, then we'll just pin him inside and everybody adjusts and jumps outside. Okay, so nice kick against a 40 mic. So we saw it against a back call. We saw it against a deuce call with a tackle. We saw it against a deuce call with a guard. So that really, really simple play, physical play, easy play to call versus anything, the kick play.